Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Jai Shri Krishna
Bhaktivinoda
Jai
Praise
Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Nityananda Shri
Nityananda
Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura
Bhaktivinoda
Jai Shri
Praise
Krishna
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Shri
Nityananda
Gadadhara
Radha Shiva
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna everyone. So today is 22nd of February. It is Magh Masa or Madhava Masa, Shukla Paksham. And today is Trayodasi Tithi as well. So Trayodasi Tithi is called yesterday and today, 2 days. And today in India, they're celebrating Nityananda Trayodasi. And very opulently and jubilantly. So, but in UK version calendar, there are no actually. So we should quickly move on to Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरे कृष्ण in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is instructing Parikshit Maharaj that at the end of one's life, one has to leave the home and into a lonely place, and he has to take 3 times a bath next to the any holy rivers, and then keeping himself in a purified, sitting in a nice posture, not high, not lower, and keeping his body straight and looking all his eyesight on the tip of the nose. And likewise, he has to meditate on the Brahmaksharam, that is Omkara. Abhyaset manasa shuddham trivrad brahmaksharam param. Mano yacche jitaswaso brahma bijam avismaran. So without forgetting this Brahma bijam, that is Omkaram, one has to control his breathing and meditate on this Omkara. Abhyaset manasa shuddham trivrad brahmaksharam param. So like Sukadeva Goswami is saying. So further, he is also instructing further how to control and how to engage oneself. So he says he has to retract all of his mind from all the sense gratification and using his intelligence. And also he can divert all the activities into devotional service only for the attainment of the transcendental position. Likewise, he has to uh, keep meditating. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, we are in the second canto, chapter 1, verse number 18. नियच्चेद् विषयेभ्यो नियच्चेद् विषयेभ्यो अक्षान् मनसा बुद्धिसारथिः मनः कर्मभिराक्षिप्तं शुभाध्ये धारयेद्धिया नियच्चेद् विषयेभ्यो अक्षान् नियच्चेद् withdraw vishayebhyo vishayebhyah, so from all the sense gratifications and engagements, what we need to withdraw? Akshan, the senses. Niyachet vishayebhyo akshan, withdraw all the senses from the material activities. Manasa buddhi saradehi. So using intelligence, so bringing the mind from all the sense gratification things. Manasa buddhi saradehi. and keeping the buddhi as the saradi, as the driver. Manah karma bihi akshiptam. Engage the mind in the activities, akshiptam, and completely absorbed in the shubhadde dharayedhya, shubhadde, only for the service of the Lord. Or the shubha is all auspiciousness. Which is auspiciousness is which is not material, it is always, which is transcendental to the material world, that is auspicious. Shubhadde, that is only the Lord. For the sake of the Lord, dharayedhya, and keep the mind in full Krishna consciousness. Dharye Dhiya. Dhiya is the intelligence. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, completely absorbed in that Krishna consciousness. Niyachyad Vishayabhyo Akshan Manasa Buddhi Saradehi Manah Karmabihi Akshiptam Shubhadde Dharye Dhiya. So, translation for this verse. Gradually, as the mind becomes progressively spiritualized, withdraw it from sense activities, and by intelligence, the senses will be controlled. The mind, too absorbed in material activities, can be engaged in the service of the personality of Godhead and become fixed in full transcendental consciousness. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Jahanda Kanya Mataji, would you like to go for it? Purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'm still on the phone. I could try.
Yes.
If nobody else want to. Well, shall I try?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay, Hare Krishna. The first process of spiritualizing the mind by mechanical chanting of the pranayama, tamkara. Sorry, oh dear, what's happening? Yeah. Pranama tamkara. Is that right? Yeah.
It's Pranava
Pranama
Omkara.
Omkara. Sorry. Pranama Omkara, and by control of the breathing system is technically called the mystic or yogic process of pranayama, or fully controlling the breathing and breathing air. The ultimate state of this pranayama system is to be fixed in trance, technically called samadhi, but experience has proven that even the samadhi stage also fails to control the materially observed mind. For example, the great mystic Vishwamitra Muni, even the stage of samadhi, became a victim of the sense and cohabited with Menaka. History has already recorded this. The mind, although ceasing to think of sensual activities at present, remembers past sensual activities from the subconscious status, and thus disturbs one from percent engagement in self-realization. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami recommends the next step of assured policy, namely to fix one's mind in the service of the personality of Godhead. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, also recommends this direct process in the Srimad Bhagavatam 647. Thus, the mind being spiritually cleansed, one should at once engage himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord by the different devotional activities of hearing, chanting, etc. If performed under proper guidance, that is the surest path of progress, even for the disturbed mind. Hare Krishna. Sorry about that, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ki jai.
So, in this purport, and Prabhupada, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, नेच्येद् विषयेभ्यो अक्षान् मनसा बुद्धिसारथिः मनः कर्माभिः आक्षिप्तं शुभार्थे धारयेद् धिया. One has to control all his senses and mind using his intelligence as the driver leading, not to deviate all the senses. So this is also Krishna gave analogy. Yata samharite chayam kurmanganiva sarvashah indriyani indriyadebhyaha tasya prajna pratisthita. So this the turtle, how it retracts all his different parts of his body, like all the legs and also the tail inside into its shell to protect itself. Likewise, yata samharite chayam kurmonganiva sarvashah kurma angani iva sarvashah. Like that, one has to indriyani indriyadebhyaha tasya prajna pratisthita. He is the dhira. He is the prajna. He is the dhira. So he's a self-situated person. So here that is the way of process. And then by doing that one, what he needs to so maunam sadasana jayah stairyam prana janasanaihi pratyaharash indriyanam vishyan manasakriti. When he is now brought back his mind into his control. And then what he needs to do? स्वरिष्णानाम् एकदेशे मनसा प्राणधारणं वैकुण्ठलीला अभिध्यानं समाधानं तदात्मनः. Now he has to concentrate to meditate on the Vaikuntha Abhidhyanam. That is called Samadhanam Tadatmanah. Then he said that he is in the Samadhi. So somewhere other Etaranyasya Patibihi Manodustam Asatpadam Buddhayunjita Senekaihi Jitapranohi Atinditaha. Somewhere other he has to bring all his mind from all the material things and engage in the devotional service, thinking of only Vaikuntha Leela Abhidhanam Samadhanam Tadatmanaha. Likewise, his body needs to be kept and then thinking of the Lord, and then that is called self-realization, linking himself with the Supreme Lord. Pranasya swadayed margam purakumbakarechakai pratipolena vachittam yatastiram achinchalam. That is pranasya swadayed margam. That is the way of yogi is doing, controlling purakumbakarechakai, controlling all the breathing exercises. Like Pratipulena Vachittam. So the way of one nostril is taking in, inhaling, and another nostril exhaling. And also Pratipulena in the opposite direction as well. Likewise, Yathastiram Achinchalam. And likewise, he has to control his mind. Likewise, he has to do it for a very long time. So it's not a very quick. But still, he is meditating on the Supreme Lord Vishnu only. So when he was doing like that, pranayama he dahe dohan dharanabhisha kilvishan pratyaharena samsarghan dhyanena anishwaran gunan. So with the pranayama, all his mistakes and sinful activities will be nullified. And dharanabhisha kilvishan, so the sinful activities retracted, and dharanabhisha kilvishan, and also any other further sinful activities will be controlled. Pratyaharena samsarghan, he will be retracting all the senses from the material activities during using the pratyahara. Dhyanena anishwaran gunan, by meditating on the Supreme Lord. Dhyana anishwaran gunan, he will transcend the three material modes of nature. So likewise, yada manahasvam virijam yogena susamahitam kashtam bhagavato swa nasagra avalokanaha. Likewise, keeping his eyesight on tip of his nose, he has to meditate on the Supreme Bhagavato. It is not to be advised in the to meditate on the impersonal Brahman light. So here Sukadeva Goswami speaking means it is only on the either Vishnu or Krishna, engaging all his activities on Krishna only. So thinking of the Krishna's different pastimes, and then so this he also mentions like Kirtanyati Deham Punyashloka Yashashkaram Dhaya Devam Samagrangam Yavanna Chavate Manaha Sitam Brajantam Asenam Sayanam Va Vahasayam Prekshiniya Ihitam Dhaya Shuddha Bhavena Chetasa. Likewise, he has to engage, bring back all his activities. Manah karma bhi akshiptum shubhadhe dharyedhya. So that is what Sukadeva Goswami is saying. Otherwise, in this method, Either he is going into the lonely place and meditating on Vishnu, or in the society executing the devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whichever is the best. So Krishna says, devotional service is the best. Yoginam api sarvesha madgate nantaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate mam samyukta tamomataha. So he is the best person. He enlightened himself and also he enlightens everyone else. That's why he is the best. Yogi, otherwise, he is going on only for himself. He will go back to Godhead by himself. But here, who is in the society? He is living for others. Paradukka dhukki. So he wanted to enlighten. He also wanted to take all other conditioned souls along with him to the spiritual abode. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami here he is telling Parikshit Maharaj his mind and activities to be engaged in the Shubharde, in the devotional service. Likewise, Dharyedhya, and he will be absorbed in the Krishna consciousness. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Netched Vishebhyo Akshan Manasa Buddhi Saradihi Man Karmabhi Apchittam Shubhadhe Dharyadhya. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Kulashekara, January 11th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request Radha Sevka Mataji? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Um, sorry. Okay. My blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter, dated December 3rd, 1989, and I am pleased to hear. Sorry, I don't have learn. Sorry, the light.
Mataji, we can't hear you, Mataji.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Your wife Vishaka has gone to London to learn more about deity worship from Yamuna Devi. I'm also pleased to know that you have taken charge of the deities at present. This is very nice. In our devotional service, there are 9 different processes for executing devotional service. They are as follows: hearing, chanting, meditating, offering prayers, rendering service, making friendship, temple worship, and serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Surrendering everything to the Lord. So out of these 9, Shravanam or hearing is very important. The hearing is important in ordinary life also. In the civil action of human society, this hearing is a very important factor. Early in the morning, just rising from bed, they want to hear the newspaper, especially in the Western countries. But the most unfortunate situation is that the Karmis will agree to hear a bunch of newspaper, which is 10 times more in volume than Bhagavad Gita. But if they are requested to read Bhagavad Gita, they will not agree. So our propaganda is to transfer this taste of general people from reading rubbish nonsense to reading Bhagavad Gita, which solves the problems of life. As you are a sincere devotee, you should always keep in mind these differences of hearing and try to understand how much important it is to hear about Krishna consciousness. You are thinking that there are many problems in your life. I assure you that if you follow the regulative principles of chanting 16 rounds, observing strictly the prohibition injunctions, keep association with pure devotees, plus taking care of deities in the temple, surely all your problems will be solved without any difficulty. Please try it for at least 1 month and see the result. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
So obviously it's talking about the beautiful process of devotional service, which we all know, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Bhadasevanam, etc. And that hearing and chanting is the most important, and that, like me included, have a tendency to still included in the Western world like to read rubbish. But if we just increase people's taste for Bhagavad Gita, which has so many nectar, it can solve all problems. And obviously the importance of following the regulative principles, chanting sincerely, and deity worship, and being in the association of pure devotees is so important. And all the problems which we all have manyfold of just disappear because of that. So,
Thank you, Mataji. So kindly summarizing all these things. Any other points, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna, I think there was something mentioned about deity worship in the Yamuna River or something like that. I couldn't hear.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so important because that came up quite a lot about Yamuna River over this celebratory period.
Yamuna Devi. So
Yeah, Yamuna Devi, yes, sorry.
she is Gurudasa's devotees.
I think in terms of what Mataji is saying about the Yamuna River, like it's like so many Indian, I don't know, I've been like involved in that, not involved in it, not from an ISKCON, just I know when I go to Vrindavan, so many people have tried and are trying to like clean the Yamuna, but Yamuna is already clean because she like rejuvenates herself. But I think the issue with the Yamuna was that the Delhi people were taking all the drinking water, the pure water, for themselves, and the Vrajvasis were not left with much. So I think that was an original issue. I don't know what, and then obviously people will just try and use that as a way to. But yeah, it's been going on for years.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So for updating that information, that Yamuna River, she is always auspicious. Whenever Ganges is auspicious, likewise, Yamuna, whenever, if Ganges River is sanctified 100 times more, that is called the auspiciousness of Yamuna Devi, that is mentioned by in the previous chapters by Prabhupada and by the previous acharyas, just to glorify Yamuna Devi. It is not to reduce any auspiciousness of Ganges. So, but here in this Prabhupada's letter, Prabhupada is suggesting that deities worship is very, very important. There to be like a zenith. They have very high standard of worship of Radha and Krishna and Jagannath, Baladeva and Subhadra. So it needs to be maintained, and for that one, so this is Vishaka has gone to London to learn from Yamuna Devi. So that is very important. This is Madhyashna Darshana Sparsha Puja Suti Abhivandanaihi Madbhavanaya Satvena Asangamena Cha. So this is Adhyatmik Anushravanat Nama Sankirtanachami Arjavena Arisangena Nirham Nirham Kriya Tata. So likewise, one has to always hear and chant Nama Sankirtanachami and then engage himself in the deity worship. So that is the Prabhupada is stressing on that one. So that is from this Prabhupada's letter, and all the nine process and hearing is very important, and looking after the deities in the temple. It will surely solve all your problems without any difficulty. Try it for at least 1 month. So then Prabhupada is giving this instruction to Kulishekara.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I
Hare.
ask about this Yamuna River? There was a mention or suggestion that people worship Yamuna thinking is the main river, but it's not the main river. It's only a peripheral branch of the Yamuna. Is that right? And they don't realize it's the main and most important one is Yamuna, is the Ganges.
So, and also Acharyas say there is no actually difference between Yamuna and Ganges. They are coming from the same Himalaya mountains, and somewhere or other they split due to the geographical conditions.
All right, yeah.
So,
So it's like a trench coming off a river.
yes, yes.
Yeah, Haribo.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, any other things, devotees you wanted to add? And from the announcements point of view, today evening Krishna Katha at 8 p.m. and coming Saturday. And we have our regular activities, morning Bhagavatam, afternoon Children's Krishna Club, evening Bhagavad Gita session, and teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And we are going to start Bhagavad Gita from the beginning and just do reading after the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 78th verse, and then we start from the beginning of Bhagavad Gita and then teachings of Lord Chaitanya. That's all from the announcement side. And the devotees, if you have got any other update or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, the celebration, there were some of the group members attended. It was absolutely beautiful yesterday. The Taigao celebration was amazing.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing the update.
Divanshi's Prabhu and his Mampi Mataji was there, Meena Mataji was there, and Hema Mataji. It was so lovely. I went to Harinam and it was absolutely wonderful. It was really good. And we had a big feast afterwards. Wonderful. So nice, a community, beautiful feeling. And the morning program was hilariously, so many people, and they celebrated top class, hitting the roof, and it was something not to be missed. It was so nice. I wasn't sure what was going on, but when I went, it was amazing. So wait till it's Chaitanya Prabhu's celebration. It'll be bigger. I suppose they'll move to the Haveli then.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for updating those
Is
events.
Debashish Prabhu there and Mampi Mataji and Meena Mataji? Are they able to share some? Because I don't think they were there all the time, but it would be nice if they say how it was for them.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm here. Yeah, it was lovely time. There's a very nice kirtan in the temple when, as you said, there was a Harinam kirtan in the Watford, and there was a very, very nice kirtan in the temple as well at the same time. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Because of the rain, we couldn't go, but inside the temple was very, very auspicious. We really enjoyed. And very nice to see all the devotees on the auspicious day and embrace from them as well.
Yeah, the rain didn't stop the celebration, which is so amazing and wonderful.
Mataji, and thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing those events.
And can I just pick a point on the verse we read earlier on about how we should replace the Bhagavad Gita with all these volume of news and comments on newspapers, how important it is for us to concentrate that we'll find all our problems solved in the Bhagavad Gita. I think that was a really good message.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji. Nothing else? I shall conclude and continue further japa.
Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा
Pasindurevacha
सिन्धुभ्यः
Patinam
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
Vaishnavejo
नमो
Namo
नमः
Namaha.
अनन्तकोटि वैष्णव
Vaishnavinda ki jai.
शिल प्रभुपाद
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण